Rise and shine, my mothers and my brothers. Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. I am on my way to cut hair at my private men's grooming studio all day today. Booked solid. That's what I like to see. Booked solid. It's nice. But before I get going, before I leave the neighborhood, I just wanted to share something with you real quick. And that is this. This morning I posted on several platforms about George Harrison and Patty Boyd, his wife. There's a song called Something in the Way She Moves, otherwise known as Something. And one of the lines is, "Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover." He wrote that in 1968, I believe. Let me just read the lyrics to you. "Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe and how. Something in her smile she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe and how. You're asking me will my love grow? I don't know, I don't know. You stick around, now it may show. I don't know, I don't know. Something in the way she knows, and all I have to do is think of her. Something in the way she shows me. Something in the things she shows me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe and how." Pretty cool, huh? And if you know the story, the whole backstory of Patty Boyd, just look it up. I'm not going to tell you. Just look it up and just see what her story is. Women have been the inspiration for so many things, good and bad. Countries have been conquered because of women. People have been executed because of women. Buildings have been built. Hospitals have been built because of women. Some of the greatest songs you've ever heard are written about women. And some people would say that it's I like to say that men get into what would be the word? A blinding trance when it comes to women. I don't believe women want you to be in a trance about them. I don't believe it. Initially, just like you don't want a woman to be obsessed with you, women don't want that in their lives. The song is beautiful. He was commenting on something in the way she moves. Like, did you ever look at a woman and just the way she walks? Just does something to you. You literally like the way she moves, the way she sounds. Just pick anything. Something in the way she sounds, something in the way that she looks, the way that she fixes her hair, the way that she prepares a meal, the way that she gets dressed, the way she puts on her makeup, whatever. Pick anything. Fill in the blank. There's something about her, right? I think every man has experienced that, single and married. But the flip side of this blinding trance is that it can take you down a pretty dark road if you get into that trance. And I've taught you this in the past, I've heard some people call it oneitis. That's a popular term amongst certain men. I don't like using that word because then I end up adopting all the other vocabulary. And I'm not interested in doing that. Be your own man. I call it a blinding trance. Something where you can only see just that one thing in front of you. Only see her. You could be surrounded by women, but you only see her. And a lack of options is what creates that for so many men. And what's real hard is if you've been married or in a relationship for a long time and you are in a blinding trance and your life revolves around that woman, you've pretty much eliminated and excluded other women. So your options, that whole options thing or plates thing, is no longer viable. For instance, if I get married again, I'm not interested in having a number 2 or 3. I'm not interested. But I will know that I am able to walk away from something if it gets hot. In the movie Heat. Be able to walk away from anything in 30 seconds if you feel the heat around the corner. Now, that sounds kind of cold when it comes to relationships. But be able to uncouple and disengage, if that's a possibility. A lot of times I like to say cold turkey is the best. Would you rather have your arm gnawed off by 1,000 rats or just have one swipe of a sword? You know what I'm saying? It's going to hurt either way. But one way, it hurts quickly, hurts a lot, quickly, one time. The other way is it hurts a lot over a long period of time. And there's men that choose that long period of time thing, the 1,000 rats gnawing their arm off. Men, I want to see you have a grip on your passions. I want to see you have a grip on your thoughts. Take your thoughts captive, okay? Be resolute in your self-preservation. As you've heard me say, kind of jokingly, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. There was a great missionary, Henry Martyn. Some of you theologians out there, you remember this. Now let me burn out for God, he says. Okay, God is worth burning out for. And the Lord is worthy of that, to give your life to the Lord. I truly believe that when the Lord is calling you. However, you are to never burn out for any of God's creation, including a woman. This is not an anti-woman video at all. A strong, able, steadfast, resolute man is one who can care for and lead his wife, his family, and his little piece of society, community, and so forth. She is never your mission. You lose your strength, your resolution, your focus when the woman becomes all of that. She is not to be your mission. She joins your mission. She joins you in building. That's why I always say vet for a woman who has a desire, propensity, and ability to build with you. It's amazing what a family unit can do. Remember that meme going around about 10 years ago that said, be a boss, date a boss, and build an empire? Okay, I get that. It was slightly women-focused, slightly... it was... That whole boss thing, that's a female thing, okay? And not really a guy thing. You know, like a boss kind of thing. That meme is kind of come and gone. But I get it. Two people focused on building something. The best thing you can build is the family unit, and survival and thriving within society. If your woman is your business partner, if your woman is a 50% shareholder, your life can go down the tubes pretty quick if she decides that she wants out. Personally, I like the idea of a woman contributing very lightly, but you need to have at least 3 legs on a stool for it to hold you. If one of those legs is removed, like I am of the opinion that you need to have a 12-legged stool, where if one leg leaves, you can still, if 9 legs are taken off of that stool, you can still sit on it. But a stool cannot stand with 2 legs. You need 3. So, all that being said, be careful of the role a woman plays in your life. If she is your source where you plug into for encouragement, for life, for excitement, life energy, and goals, it's at risk. Always. It's always at risk. Always. No woman wants to play such a heavy role in your life. Men, now listen to me carefully. I love Van Gogh. Love Van Gogh. I love his tiny little strokes. I literally have taken a magnifying glass with me to the museum and got this close to Van Gogh paintings when the security guards weren't looking, and was just looking at the strokes. Exquisite. I guess you could say I have oneitis when it comes to Van Gogh. I appreciate the others, but I love Van Gogh. No one else brings something out of my heart. The first time I saw the sunflowers painting, after just seeing it for years, and it's my favorite painting, believe it or not. The first time I saw it, I actually was almost tearful. almost, because I got to know the man. I read the biography, and I just kind of felt like I knew him. You know, so there was a oneitis there. No other artist. To me, I'm in a blind trance with Van Gogh. But there's a difference between having a favorite band, a favorite artist, a favorite car, truck, figure out your favorite cigar, whatever. There's a huge difference between that and being in a blind trance with a female. She joins your mission. She is not the mission herself. And in the beginning, the problem is a lot of men, you see people saying, a lot of older guys older than me would say, I chased her until she caught me. It's cute, it's funny, but in this day and age, the idea is to, number one, have options. You attract women, you don't chase them. You pursue your work, your mission, your purpose on this life, and a woman joins you with that. Now, she might have her own little mission going on, and that's cool, to minister to people, to serve people, have a little job going on, but the reality is that she needs to join you. I've met many women in my lifetime who have such stuff going on in their lives that it would literally be two different lives, parallel lives. It would be like roommates living under the same roof if I ever made anything permanent with them. And I just could never see a true bonding. There's never a two becoming one. It's the two shall remain two. But the reality is this, is that if your life is wrapped up around a woman, or your thoughts about women in general, which many guys are, they basically, you look at their YouTube channels and it's like, we're not talking about women. And they say, this is not about women. But if they say that for like 45 minutes straight, guess what? It's about women. Okay? You know the old joke that says, if I tell you to not think about pink elephants and blue helicopters, what's the first thing that pops in your mind? Pink elephants and blue helicopters. Okay? We're not talking about women here. Stop focusing on women. Women are not the answer. Women are the... And then guess what? All you're thinking about is women. It's a fact. I know I've coached enough people to know that they need to break away from that blind trance, not only about the opposite sex, but about specific women. And once you're free of that and start pursuing your goals, and then you attract women rather than chase them, something beautiful happens in your life. You kind of get your manhood back. You kind of grow a pair again. And your life doesn't rise and fall on the acquisition of you know what, or the slaying of you know what. And notch count no longer becomes a thing. Who cares about that? I'm probably the only guy that I know that says, man, I blew it. I got around so much, it's something that I'm actually ashamed of. I heard Elliot Halst the other day say, would you blow your nose in a tissue that another man has used? I'm like, no, I wouldn't. And then he kind of compared women to tissues. It's crude, but the message got through. And men moaning and groaning about the state of women today because they watch certain YouTube channels. I agree with it, but also if you're a poon slayer, you've contributed to the issue. Well, yeah, but if women weren't so loose, then I wouldn't be out there doing it. Dude, let me tell you, there's virtue. For instance, like my friend Michael Foster says, he says, and I thought this was great, he says, I have a high notch count with one woman. I love that. If I could rewind my life and go back to the beginning, I wish I could be with one woman. That's what I wish. Because my heart's been broken, and I've had so many goals and dreams and things like that shattered because of my blind trance when I was a younger man. And as I said the other day, and I said in my interview, you saw me post this in my conversation that I had with Donovan Sharp the other day, I haven't had any unfavorable circumstances with a woman in almost 20 years. Not because women changed, but because I changed. Just a little lesson, guys And ladies, I speak the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, and if you're offended by it, then I don't know what to tell you. And I know I do have a female audience as well. But privately, I know you have reached out to me in private. Many of you have, and you agree with me, and I know that. And I'm not talking cold, hard truth. I'm not trying to be offensive in any way. Many times when I'm offended at something, it is because it's true, not because it's untrue. It's a fact about life for everyone, male and female. Have a great day.